Alright guys, back out in the garden. It's about 5:45. It's cloudy now, so the weather is actually nice and mild out here. Dropped it down to about 80 from the whole 96 it was earlier when I filmed the first video. But yeah, out here just chilling in the garden, showing everything off. It's looking all nice. Those do not have the stages I want to show you guys. But I did want to come over here because this is one of the main things I wanted to show y'all. Check this out. These are my loofahs that I got from Jason, aka Pest Hunter Outdoors. This one's bigger because it's getting a little bit more sun. That one's in the shade, so it's kind of iffy, and I think these guys need a little bit more water. I think that leaf got that's showing signs of water fatigue. But I've got my other, it's already starting to get the branches going out. So we have a nice big old fat leaf here. These were the original two sun grabbers. And then we have the fourth leaf. But yeah, doing real good up here. So I've still got my trellis system set up for them for when they're ready. They will be up and going here shortly. I'm gonna have my one serrano pepper just chilling over there growing. I think there's a fly on it. Yeah, there's a fly on the leaf. I thought the leaf was drying out, but there's a little fly on there. And then I got a little spider friend right here, chilling, taking over my shit over here, trying to get my strawberries. Stay away. But anywho's, we'll get to the section where I wanted to go with you guys, and it's going to be showing the stages of carrot seeds or carrot flowers, however you want to do it. So let's see if I can get a good one here. Alright, so as we're in here, this is stage 1 where it's just starting to get the flowers on there. I will say stage 2 is here. A little bit of greenish foliage. I got a bug's crawling on me. Actually, sorry, I believe this would be stage 2 when it's all nice and white. All the pollen on there, and then it goes to stage 3 after the pollen's all gone. And then you get this fat bag right here, which everything starts to curl up. You'll notice that's flat compared to all the rest of the stuff, which basically ice cream cone or puffball if you want to do it that way, if you have those kind of plants. You can see it up here on this one too, nice and flat. But if you get in there, you can actually see the seed pods on the end here forming. So these are pretty much already seed pods, just waiting for it to dry out. This is the pre-stages. So you can see here, that's the stage right before it gets all seeds. There's still a little bit of flower on there, but you can see right here on this guy that it's starting to get the seeds. So that is what they look like during the seasonal transformations or changes of going from carrot to seeds. So I got tons of them over here. Look, I've already got hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of seeds on this thing. I have an absolutely massive one right here. Look at that. I got one here, and then I've got this absolutely monstrous one here. This thing has probably 1,000 seeds on it, it's just alone. And there's tons of them like that. Not that big, but they're getting there. Over here you can see I got the ants chilling on here, taking what they're taking. Bugs everywhere. Bugs everywhere. I think I should pull my garlic out. Let's try this. Since you guys are here with me, I have some garlic right here. So let's see what happens. Oh man. Well, not exactly the greatest of harvests, but check this out. I got a little bulb of garlic there, little bulb there, little bulb there, and this is what happens when you leave it in too long. They tend to start growing from the bulbs that you plant, and then they grow more. I probably could have left that in there, and it probably would have grown again next year, but truth be told, I wanted to see what would happen. And then I got a more or less rotted carrots. Top half of that right there is what the bug's been munching on, but yeah, there's that. So I got my garlic. I'll just leave that out here to dry for a bit. I got another one in there. Let's pull that one out too. Screw it. I got another set in here somewhere. See if I can find it. These dang leaves are in the way. Ooh. I got a little one. Medium-sized one. Actually, small one, actually, to be dead honest. That one's a little one. I probably could have left this one in there. That one still has green on the stalk, so it would have probably still grown a little bit more. So we got a couple of little ones, and then a very little one. I think what happened is I planted them too far down. But yeah, all in all, we've got a decent amount of garlic. I'd say decent, not a grand, supreme harvest of garlic, but yeah, at least we got some. I can do something with these next year. I can plant them, grow them. Still have these guys over here. I'm not going to pull these ones out until September. I'll just give them water every now and then and just let them do what they got to do. And we have my either cucumber, zucchini, or squash plant. I am not 100% on this one just yet. It's already growing the tendrils, little growing tendrils to climb up the fence, so I'm thinking it's one of my squashes. I got actually 2 plants in here, doing pretty well. I water this guy every couple of days just so it doesn't dry out. And then my other garlic experiments over here, that one over there has almost pretty much died and then come back. So that's a plus on that. And then for those of you who may or may not be curious as to what I have in this planter, I have 2 rows of basil seeds. Dead center in the middle of this thing, I have a couple of potatoes, which aren't doing much. Unfortunately, I lost my other plant that I had over there that was similar to this one. I don't know what it is, but it died, so down to 1 plant. It's going to be what it's going to be, folks. It's going to be what it's going to be. Other than that, as you guys saw in the first video, everything else seems to be doing pretty well. Then I have this absolute massive bruiser of a sunflower, which I want to show off again because this thing is huge. And I still don't have a flower head on it. I probably got another 2 weeks before that thing even poops one out. Ooh, but there is one thing I wanted to show you guys. We're going to go walk back here. Look, my tomato plants are doing real well. They're starting to take off, getting bigger. My pepper plants are doing absolutely fantastic right here in this spot. And then check this out. I think next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow in this spot lettuce. I'm just going to do like 2 or 3 rows of lettuce. My lettuces seem to be doing fantastic over here. I mean, this thing is got some huge. Look, it's already starting to get that standard lettuce coil on the inside. But I mean, that's enough lettuce for 2 people right there, easy. I mean, I've got some huge leaves on it. And pardon the siren noises, folks. I live in an area where that's normal. Doesn't bother me much, just irritating to hear it on film. Check this one out. I lost my package. I don't know where my package went, but I have tomatoes in here. I think these were giant tomatoes, the big red, not quite beefsteak tomatoes, but they were large tomatoes. And I got them in here. The speckly stuff on the backside is what I've been making and pretty much burned out a mixer doing. But I've got like 5-6 pounds of it. Apple tree doing real well. Rest of my stuff is doing well. Check this out. I have already, sit on my planter. My radishes have already started to produce the pods. So I'm going to get my harvest off of these ones this year. I have an a-hole with wings flying around over here, so I got to be careful because I don't want him to smack me, to tag me. But I've got, yeah, I just left all these radishes in here to go to seed on purpose. This guy really does not understand. Bug off. See, I got little white speckles on my leaves. Don't worry about that. I did that on purpose. But I have, oh man, I got one of my plants got stuck under. Check this out. I've got, I don't know if you can even see it on here. I got beans growing in here, or starting to grow. These were the little tiny black beans that I put in here. They're not black beans, but they're like black, almost like chickpeas. It's, I don't know, I have the package inside. I can show you guys. But yeah, they're doing real well now. They're taking off. And I should start getting some something off of them here probably the next couple of, like next month or so. And we have, nothing's popped up yet, but right here in this front half I do have some cherry seeds. Don't know if they're going to grow or not. My 3 pepper plants, I had one here. I think it's pretty much toasted. And then I got that weird plant over there in the corner. These are my hot peppers over here, which are doing really well. These ones are my habaneros. And these plants are doing real well. Like real well. I've even actually got some flowers on some of these that I'm already seeing, so I might get some start getting some fruit here off of these guys. Still got nothing much on this side. I have my one flower here, plant that's I put the trellis next to and it hasn't climbed up it, but it's just a standard like little flower. They have like little purple flowers that grow on here. I just got to weave this stuff in there. Mint doing fantastic. The rose bushes, as you guys can see here, these things, a little bit of water and they will just explode with life. Got butterflies everywhere on them. And my apple tree, I did want to show you guys my apple tree. Yes, this is going to be a long video and I'm sorry. But I have to show you guys the apple tree. The apple tree is doing real good. I've got 3 apples there. I got my 2 apples there. And I got my last apple down here. And they're slowly getting bigger. Slowly getting bigger. The fact that I'm actually getting 6 apples off of this tree this year is fantastic. And yeah, this is what, like I said, my completed containers look like. These bugs just keep landing on me. We've got a couple things that need water, despite the fact that I watered everything yesterday. I do have my blueberries. It's my one plant that's actually produced. I've got a little patch of blueberries there and a little patch of blueberries there. I think I may or may not have trimmed this too eagerly last year, and I may have stunted the plant itself. So that was my own fault for being stupid. But I got this plant over here as well. No blueberries on it yet, but I also had to replant it. And then I got my tent set up over here, getting it all stretched out and whatnot. And check this guy out. I took a picture of him earlier, but I still got a nice, I think it's an elephant moth. I had 2 of them on here yesterday. And then I had another moth on another area that I took off. But check it out. Dead blender, but only paid $10 for it, so I'm not concerned. But check that out. I have 2 containers with an absolute buttload of calcium powder. Yeah, just as a reminder, folks, if you're going to make calcium powder, you need a really good blender. This blender here, like I said, cost me $10. Does not work very well. I pretty much toasted it. I can probably do it a few more times and then that blender is gone. But get a high-end blender and do it. Get a high-end blender. You won't regret doing it. This stuff is so thick when you're chopping it. It puts a lot of strain on the engine, on the motor. But yeah, get a good blender when you're making calcium powder. It makes it so much easier. But yeah, I've got this thing's pretty much 3/4 full. I've got this one completely full. Glass container, plastic container. That's probably about 6 or 8 pounds of calcium right there. But yeah. Aside from that, for those who actually like looking at my garden, the rest of it, I've got, check this out, my raspberries. Getting bigger but haven't produced just yet. I've got some flames back there. I don't actually remember the name of the plant itself. And this is part of the main garden. Well, main flower garden. Mix of daisies, cone flowers, new lavenders down here. Plants we got from one of the holidays from one of our visitors. My other absolute strawberry patch. Yeah. Bugs everywhere, bugs everywhere, bugs everywhere. Beneficial bugs. And then my little rose bush. I moved over here because it was getting toasted. Also had bugs on it, so I had to spray them all off. And then here's my herb tower of basil, or sorry, not basil, oregano, chives, and 2 thyme plants, which again, I like to emphasize on the thyme plants that I separated those 2, and now I have 2 absolutely thriving, massive plants. Anywho's, thanks for joining me, folks. That is going to be the end of this yard tour update. A little longer than expected, but you know, it is what it is. I got to get you guys showing so y'all know what's happening. Ooh, never mind. Check this out. I just found a little friend. Don't know if you guys can see him right there. I have a little spider friend. Jumping spiders. I like those. Those guys eat the bugs. But anyways, thank you all for joining me. Do me a favor on your way out if you haven't already. Like, share, and subscribe. Send this out to any of your friends and family that are into container gardening. Send them my way. I can help them out. I'm still a beginner at this, but it's always good to have new folks joining. Anyways, take care. This is going to be Fox Outdoors signing off. You guys have a wonderful week.